My husband came in 2019.
Okay.
And then we joined in 2020 and we have a house already. So
Do you mind sharing how much you were paying as your rent before you moved to your own house and how much you are paying for mortgage per month? And then do you mind sharing the bank that assisted you? Do you mind? Even if it's 400, it's still so much.
NHS pass written there.
Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name So hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nanelle Griselda. If it's your first time here on this channel, I usually talk about migrating to the UK as a nurse and for other professions, and how to live a stress-free life here in the UK and all that. And today I have here someone very, very, very special. I'm sure most of you may have seen her face before, yes, because anytime YouTube tells me that, my viewers also watch her as well. She's Tochi Esther. I'll let her introduce herself. I also got to know her from YouTube. I actually contacted her myself that I really want her to be on my channel, yes. So before I even start, this video is a collaboration. She will also post a video of myself and her on her channel, so you can go over and then watch as well. She's done something that has really impressed me, and I'm sure has impressed lots of people as well, she and her husband. And today we're going to talk about it. I'm sure from the title you can already see. It's about buying a house in the UK for foreigners. So you can check in the description. I'll leave a link to the video I had with Tochi on her channel in the description. You can check it out. And then I'll also pin the link in my comment section, so you can just click on it and then go follow her and then subscribe to her channel as well. She has so many good videos, and her channel is really growing so fast. So Tochi, welcome to my channel.
Thank you
for making time for me.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
I don't want to waste so much of your time because I know you're a mother, you are a wife as well, and it's running late. So just briefly introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, my name is Tochi. I live in the UK with my family. I'm a YouTuber. That's pretty much it. And then I'm a lawyer by training.
Okay. Maybe next time you come on the channel and then you share your experience as, a lawyer moving from Nigeria to the UK, maybe.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. Today, let's just get straight to the point, okay? How long have you been in the UK?
I've been in the UK for, I came in August 2020, so roughly 1 year.
Wow. So let me just say, you have done so well, you and your husband, that you've been able to buy a house this fast. Like it's not that simple. You've done so well. And for those of you who don't know, you can check on her channel. She has loads of videos on, buying a house. She and her husband recently bought a house here in the UK. That's what we're going to talk about. But you can check the detailed videos on her channel, Tochi Esther. I'll leave the link, like I said. So tell us, I know the answer to this already, but for those who don't know, is it possible for foreigners to buy a house in UK, like before you get your citizenship? Is it possible to buy a house in the UK?
Yes, it's very possible. And we did it. We did it in my husband came in 2019.
Okay.
And then we joined in 2020 and we have a house already. So yes, it's very possible.
Wow. Well done, you guys. Well done.
Thank you.
And I've seen the house. It's so beautiful. I love your kitchen. Like it's
Thank you.
To the C to the R-I-T-T. And we got the formula. Money mindset, we are chase paper. Yeah. Shouts to my man, Dema. Put in work on the regular. I saw it on yeah, but pay you ma. We a fair juma.
How does it feel to own a house in the UK, like in a foreign land? How does it feel like to own your own house?
Well, it feels good. It feels really good. Like I can't even explain it.
The first night when
I can't explain it really. It feels so good. Like that you can do anything in your house, without bothering about what the landlord will say, or no, he wouldn't like this. No, so you can, just relax and just do anything you want to do in your house. So it feels really good. Feels good.
I know of something called Help to Buy ISA, and I know that it's this thing where you put money in, and then after a number of years, when you're ready to buy your house, the government will give you some money. Did you use that to buy your house?
Yes, we did. We have explained the details of that on my channel, but I'll just summarize it. It's just like saving money and then the government tops it up for you. So if you're able to save £4,000 within the tax year, you get 1,000 extra. That's 25% of your savings. That's just this in summary. We've discussed the details on my channel already.
Okay. So if you're a foreigner, you can still do the help to buy ISA.
Yes.
And did you struggle to get a bank to assist you? Were they turned off because you were not citizens when you started like applying?
Well, we used a mortgage advisor. So he was the one that did everything. But the first bank, according to him, pulled out after they agreed, and then the next thing they pulled out. But he went to the second bank and then they agreed to give us the money.
So where did you find this mortgage advisor? Just online?
Yes, online. No, I think he was somebody recommended him to us. He came recommended. So
how much do you pay him?
We didn't pay him. We didn't pay him anything. I think
nothing.
The bank pays him. No, we didn't pay him anything. I think for every client he brings for the bank pays. So it's less for them. They have their way around this already. So they just do everything and then the bank pays if everything clicks at the end of the day. So we didn't pay him anything. Nothing at all.
So I hear that in UK, if you want mortgage, like normally for first-time buyers, it's 10%, right? And then because we don't have like a permanent residency yet, or you're not a citizen yet, do they require you to pay like a higher percentage, like 15%, or it's still 10%?
No, it's not even 10%. It's from 5% upwards.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can, if you have 5%, if you have 10, if you have 20, whatever you have, but it must be from 5%.
Even if you're not a citizen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 5% upwards. Because I know somebody that did 5%. We did 10%, but we have friends that did 5%. So.
And then, do you mind sharing the bank that assisted you? Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, it was Barclays.
Okay. Do you have to be saving at the bank before they assist you, or it doesn't matter?
Though he said it doesn't matter, because the first bank we approached, we don't have any business with them. But Barclays, my husband has an account with Barclays. But then they said it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter because the mortgage advisor just goes all out. You know, he just goes into the world to look for a bank that would give you the mortgage. So it doesn't matter whether you have an account with them or not. And besides, it's easy. If they want you to have an account with them, it's easy. You can just open an account with them. But I don't think it matters anyway. I don't think so.
So you were saying that the mortgage advisor is the one that did everything. So does that mean you never actually met like the bank? Like you just always had to communicate with the mortgage advisor and that was it?
Yeah, the mortgage advisor was like the middleman. Yeah, so whatever we discuss, he takes it to the bank and then comes back to us and tells us what to do. Like in cases where we had to submit, because I had to bring letters from my workplace because I'm currently on maternity leave and I was on maternity leave during the process. So the bank just wanted to be sure that I work. Of course, we had sent them our pay slips, we had given them access to our accounts and everything. So they just wanted to be sure that I'm going back to work. So I had to get a letter from my employer stating that I work with them, stating how many times in a week I work and then what I earn, and also stating that I'm currently on maternity leave and that, I'll be back after my maternity leave. So we got the letter for the first bank that rejected, that withdrew. And then we still got the letter for the second bank as well. So we got everything for the first bank and they just, pulled out. Yeah. I guess it is because probably we didn't have a good credit history according to them. But the second bank gave it to us. So yeah.
So from the time you first saw the house and then when you finally moved in the house, how long was the whole period? Like how long was it?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, it's not a long process. It's just you come, you meet them and agree, and then you book your house. So they give you the plot name, everything of the house, the plan, the plot number, everything. And they tell you, because it's a new build, we got a new build. So they tell you when the house would be ready. So they just give you a time frame, like, okay, this house is going to be ready in December, in November, without a date. Then it's now maybe towards that time, they will now give you a date and say, okay, it's going to be ready on this time. You can come and take your keys.
I'm talking about the whole mortgage process. So from the beginning to the end, when it was like finalized, how long did it take?
6 months.
6 months.
The thing is, just get a house you want to buy. Speak to your advisor. You and your advisor will now start working. It's once the bank agrees to loan you money, that's it. It's settled.
Okay.
So the main thing is for the bank to agree to give you the mortgage. Once the bank agrees, everything is done. So it's just 5 to 6 months.
Okay. And you mentioned credit history. Is that really a factor? Do they look at it? What score are they expecting?
It's going to be very long, but on my channel, we've also talked about how to build your credit score in the UK.
Okay.
But in summary, you just need a good credit history.
You know, when people move abroad, like for those of us from, outside, people choose to buy like houses back at home, or they try to build back at home. Why did you choose to like buy a house in the UK first?
Well, for me personally, I don't see a reason why I should go and build a house or buy a house at home when I'm here. Who is going to live in the house that I'm building or buying at home?
That's true.
I live here. I spend most of my time here. Maybe going home might just maybe once a year or once in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll now be here where I'm going to be spending time. I'll be here and probably paying rent. Mm-hmm. Or helping another person pay off his mortgage.
Yeah.
When I can, actually get the mortgage myself. So
that's true.
I think buying a house is important. Maybe later I can now decide to go and build a house back home or buy a house back home.
I totally agree with you. That's what I always say. I totally agree with you. Can you just summarize the entire process for us? Do you have to get the mortgage advisor first before you start looking for houses, or you have to find the house first and then you go see the mortgage advisor?
They work together, really. So you could do any first. Okay. You could get a house that you like. Because I remember there was one development that we went to and they asked us if we had a mortgage advisor, that they had, mortgage advisors that they work with.
Oh, okay.
So you could get a mortgage advisor first. You could go and see the house first. Just anyone you want to do. So long as you're ready, maybe you have like 70% of your deposits and you feel like you can raise the remaining amount before the house is ready, or before the end of the process. So you can start once you have like 60 to 70%. You can start. You can go look for a house, get a mortgage advisor, and then from there get a solicitor, and everything is done.
Why do you need a solicitor?
We need a solicitor because of the paperwork, the agreement, the deed, everything, the paperwork, the agreement, signing of letters, the transfer of the house, everything, because the developments usually have their own solicitors, and then you should have your own solicitor as well. So for every agreement, for every contract, you really need a lawyer. So that's the essence of the solicitor. That's what they do. They are there for all the signing of the papers, the contract, everything.
And do you have to pay them too?
Yes, you have to pay the solicitors.
How much?
We paid about 1.5 or 1.6, but you don't have to pay everything at once. You can pay the deposits, and at the end of everything, you complete the payment.
So aside, let's say, the deposits, do I need to have like extra cash somewhere for other things? You've mentioned the solicitor, but you said that for the mortgage advisor, you don't have to pay. So aside the solicitor fees and then the deposits, do I need like to save some cash for other things?
Yes. So yes, very important.
Really?
Like we floored the house, so we needed money for flooring as well. And then you need money for a whole lot of things. If you're buying a house,
not the like decor of the house or the for the process.
Yes, flooring. We floored the house ourselves because most developments don't floor the house.
Oh, okay.
We did it ourselves, and we paid about 2,500.
Wow. Okay.
For it. So you need that, and I think that's where that's basically what we did.
Why did you choose like a new build instead of like maybe a cheaper option, but fairly new?
Basically because we could afford it.
The new one, okay.
One, and then we saw it, we liked it, and we could afford it. So why not? if you're going for an old house, you would need money to possibly just
maintain stuff,
push up the house to your taste,
like
fix some things. And yes, but we saw this house, a new build, and we saw it, we liked it, and we could afford it. Why not? Because when you go to any development, when you go to view it, they would show you you go to their show homes. There you would see what the house looks like. They'll give you a plan. So you will see what the house looks like, all the features, everything the house comes with. And if you're okay with it and you can afford it, then. So that's what happened in our case. We saw it. The truth is that we were actually open. We're open to buying both an old house and a new house, anyone that comes. So we saw this one and we could afford it and we liked it. So we went for it.
I see. So how many years is the mortgage? How many years is it?
Okay, they look at a lot of things. They look at age. They look at what you want. It's also what you want as well. And then they look at what you earn, your credit history, everything. They look at it and then they'll now decide. So you can even bring it closer if you want. For instance, if they give you 30 years and you feel like you can pay it up in 20 years, you can say, no, let's do this for 20 years. So ours is for 27 years. So it's just a choice. It's just your choice and a whole lot of other factors.
And as time goes on, can you say that, oh, okay, now I have, let's say, £10,000. Can I bring the money and then let's say you reduce the number of years?
Yes. If you hit one, in fact, you can even pay off the mortgage at once. If you make the money tomorrow and you want to pay it off tomorrow,
right? Or something. Okay.
Yeah.
You've done this on your channel. So guys, if you want this into detail, kindly head over to Tochi's channel. She has several videos on this topic actually. And then this one, we are trying to infuse everything into one video. So it's not going to be like detailed. Can you just take us through briefly and then we'll just end this? Amy, what kind of documents did they ask of you? You mentioned the letter from your employer stating that you're going to come back to work, blah, blah, blah. Aside that, I know definitely they might ask for pay slips and bank statements. What else would they ask for?
Well, that's because I'm on maternity leave, or I was on maternity leave during the process. But if you're not, I don't think you need all those letters, or you don't need that kind of letter.
Okay.
Right? So you just need, of course, you would give them access to your account.
Okay.
So they see how much you're earning, how money is coming in and out of your account, what you earn. I think it's basically maybe your permanent job, not agency. So I think it's really permanent jobs, because there's some shifts that you do and you give them your payslip. They're like, no, we don't want this one. So they want to be sure that your permanent job can actually pay. Yes, can actually pay up your mortgage. You can afford to pay your mortgage just on your permanent job, your regular job. Mm-hmm. So every other pay slip or pay you get from maybe your agency or side hustles or something, they don't really look at it. Because I think it's assumed that those ones are not regular. Those ones might, it might come and go, but they want to look at that your permanent job and that you can actually pay up your mortgage. So that's what they look at. So once they can determine that, once it's established that you have a regular income, a steady income that can pay up your mortgage, then you're good to go. So you have to have a good credit history. So you have to start building your credit on time. So once you get into the UK, you can get a credit card and do just anything to start, building your credit history. So you register in the electoral roll and get a credit card. Just start building your credit history, and then you're good to go. So it doesn't matter the industry you're in, so long as you have a regular job and you have your BRP.
Okay.
That is your license to stay, live and work in the UK. So long as you can prove that you have the right to live and work in the UK, and then you prove that you have a permanent job that brings in your regular income, and they see that you can pay up your mortgage with what you earn, then you're good to go.
Do you mind sharing how much you were paying as your rent before you moved to your own house and how much you are paying for mortgage per month? Do you mind sharing?
We were paying for a 2-bed house. We were paying 580 something pounds
for rent.
Almost 600 pounds. But now we are paying 530 pounds. We're going to pay that for 5 years.
Okay.
So after 5 years, it will go higher.
Okay.
But that one is a whole lot of talk. But in summary, we're paying lower now. What we used to pay
When
is
you were renting.
when we're renting is higher than what we're paying now
Can you
by
imagine?
about £100.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Like it's a good decision to actually buy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Why help somebody to pay mortgage? Like if you're paying rent, really, it's like the money is just going away,
At the end of
just
the day, you
going
don't own the
in the
house.
air, just going. It's gone. But getting a mortgage is now that money you're now paying it towards owning the house. I see it's like you're paying rent, so you're just throwing the money away. But paying for your mortgage is paying to own your house. So it's going somewhere. It's going into, yeah. So that's the way I see
Do you
it.
think, let's say I have my deposit, how much extra do you think I should have roughly? Just an estimate. 2,000, 5,000, 6,000, how much averagely?
About 5,000 because we paid the solicitor, and that was about 515. We did the flooring, that was about 25. So let's say just 5,000 and above extra outside your deposit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Final
Thank
word.
you for having me.
Final words, and then we'll just go.
Okay, I would say that for getting a mortgage in the UK, if you can, please do it. It's important. That's what people don't know. People don't know that getting a house in the UK is one step towards being wealthy because you have actually sorted out that part.
It's true. Yeah,
So
right.
if you can, please, you don't need to get your permanent residency. So long as, like I said, so long as you have a job, a job with a regular income and you're good to go. So just save your deposit and get a house as soon as possible. As soon as possible. That's how Asians, you see that Asians are doing well, because they invest in houses. They really do. If you go to anywhere, America, UK, you see that Asians are very wealthy people. That's simply because they buy houses and invest in houses. You will hardly see an Asian living in a rented house. They invest in houses, and that's why they are wealthy people. So that's one thing I want, Africans or people like us to know, that it's a good investment. So some people spend a lot of money financing cars, big cars, and they don't. Yeah. So if you can, just buy a smaller car and then invest in your house. Then after that, you can now buy the biggest car in the world.
You're a wise woman, okay?
Thank you. We try.
But just saving tips for people in the diaspora, like saving tips. You guys have done so well. Like, advise us, like, how can we save to be able to achieve like something like this? Like, how?
Okay. I would say that first of all, it requires a whole lot of discipline and planning. The truth is, if you don't save your money towards getting a mortgage, you would spend it. You would lavish your money. You spend it on something else. That's what I was saying. I was telling my husband that if we didn't save this money for this house, because I was even shocked. I was surprised that we could save this amount of money within this short space of time. So now I was saying that means we actually make this kind of money to be able to save it. And if we hadn't saved it, we would have been spending it. Yes. On something else, which we might not even be able to account for. So it requires one, proper planning, then discipline. If you're not disciplined, you can't save. Especially saving, towards getting a house. When you look at all the bills, you have a lot of bills to pay here in the UK.
Yeah.
By the time you look at all the bills, look at the fact that you have to send money back home, and so many other things, that come with it. You have to feed, you have to, spend money on your day-to-day lifestyle or something. You need money in the UK. So if you're not determined to do it, you won't do it. So I would say, one, you need to plan. And then you need to be disciplined. You need to cut down on a lot of things, cut down on unnecessary things. Only buy things that are necessary. If they're not necessary, then don't buy them. Even if you have to buy, if you can go for cheaper options, please do. So if you want to buy something of £1,000 and you have an option to go for something else of the same thing that is £400, please go for that £400 on and save the £600 towards getting your mortgage. So just try and cut down, plan, and then be disciplined.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. She has
please subscribe. Thank you.
Well, yeah. So thank you for watching. If you have anything to say, kindly comment. Let us know. Okay. Thank you so much. And Tochi,
Thank you for having me.
Bye.